Dragon Age is not just a game. It's a world infused with joy, sorrow, and excitement. It's a place where I can make friends and lovers who seem every bit as genuine as people do in the real world. They make me laugh, reflect, and even sometimes cry. But most importantly, no matter how bad my day or life is going, Dragon Age always welcomes me, even with all my human foibles and flaws, and it never makes me feel bad or ashamed about who I am. In short, it just doesn't make me feel like a hero in the game. It reminds me I matter in the real world too. Dragon Age is one of my absolute favorite fantasy worlds, and Origin was the first game to ever let me feel like my choices had consequences, and that I could be anyone and do anything I wanted.
Dragon Age means characters I truly come to care for, a world I can help create, and an acknowledgement and demonstration of the real world around us flung into a realm of fantasy. It is so different from my own world and yet so very much the same. That's wild.
One of the many reasons why I love Dragon Age is the deep lore that allows us to discover many things about the land of Thedas. Right now I'm reading the 4th book of the series, The Masked Empire, and I love the fact that the lore extends beyond the games.
What does Dragon Age mean to me? It's an amazing world. So amazing, in fact, it inspires all manner of fan art, fanfics, and epic debates. I love being a tiny, ridiculous part of it.
As for what Dragon Age means to me, it is an escape and an inspiration and feels like a completely real world. I'm a fairly new fan of the series and picked up the games on a whim while craving for an RPG after finishing yet another playthrough of Skyrim. I am so glad I did. It remains my favorite game series and inspires a lot of what I do.
I seriously don't think any other game world has inspired me or got me so attached to its lore in the way Thedas has. I'll be forever grateful to the Dragon Age devs for that.
My favorite DA memory is in DAI Trespasser DLC, reaching Solus now knowing who he is, hearing his plans and excuses, then telling him I would have to stop him. My heart was utterly broken, but that's great storytelling.
Dragon Age means a lot to me. Thanks to it, my last name in all RPGs is now Hawk, and my subscription. I got an Inquisition tattoo on my left arm. Keep making Thedas awesome.
I started playing them some 8 years ago now, but words seem to escape me as to what these works of art mean to me. Truly thank you all for the feels, I would say to them if I could.
More a feeling than a memory. Near the end of DAI, your forces are marching to the Arbor Wilds. You might fail. You might send all of them to certain death. But you realize you've done everything you can, and they'll give it everything they've got. It's the moment.
To me, Dragon Age is all about the heart of the characters, whether in a romantic relationship or just with their companions.
Well, I suppose at the heart of it, it's a chance. A chance to master new skills, a chance to gain insight on your enemies, a chance to understand your friends, a chance to grasp an environment completely different from your own, and beyond all of that, a chance to learn and engage in something new, and be extremely terrified of the word blight.
I really liked Hawk, and DA2 made me change my mind on the way I prefer the romances in video games. I keep hoping to see fully opened romances like that again.
Dragon Age has been a way to live vicariously through my characters. Everyone aspires to become greater, to belong and have a sense of purpose, importance. Whether you are the newest Warden recruit with the impossible task of building an army from unlikely allies, the champion who resolves conflict and defends a city waging war against itself, or the Inquisitor, the chosen of Andraste, blessed hero sent to save them all, there's a sense of fulfillment and gratification as you roleplay your character, determine how to best respond to the crisis, and seeing the results either in success or failure. When life seems in shambles, when things are good, when you're grieving or excited, Dragon Age is a way to escape the reality of a current predicament, giving you complete control over the circumstances and regaining normalcy, even if that can only be found in an extravagant fantasy world.
Dragon Age is an emotional ride. Everyone should have a world like that to get lost in from time to time. Living, breathing, rich and full of real people. A place where I can do a difference. And have my heart torn apart.
In no other game I've played before or after have I met companions like those in the Dragon Age series. The strong bonds you can have with them are unique and beautiful. The romances play a big part in these games, and it's so wonderful to choose a character and see how their relationship develops and love grows. Let me tell you this, I was at school and I drew and painted a lot back then. But time went by and I forgot this hobby. I just didn't want to. I had no muse, no time. But then Dragon Age came and I began to draw again. Dragon Age is my muse, my inspiration, and I thank all of the members who gave their love, dedication, blood, and tears to this game.
Often an image came into my head of some game my dad was playing on the PlayStation 2 or 3, and it was something about blood and dragons, and I would love to watch him play it. The memory made me feel warm, happy. I wanted desperately to know what it was, but alas, it remained on the tip of my tongue. I'm at the point in my life where myself and the world is asking what I want to be and do, but I don't have my heart pulling me anywhere, or perhaps it's pulling me in too many directions. I don't have an intense passion where my dream is my life. Then, poof, here's the Dragon Age franchise. That image, the game my dad played I've been longing to remember, it's Dragon Age Origins. To have something I love so intensely at my fingertips, wise, witty, masterfully written words and conversations to inspire me once again when I'm lost and myself isn't enough. It's reassuring, it's magnificent. It's given me ideas, a path, something to follow. Hint, I love to be creative. What does Dragon Age mean to me? It means everything.
I don't really have an amazing backstory to give like some other fans. What I can say is that this game has been the only one in my long history of playing video games to have actually inspired me to write a full fan fiction. 250,000 words, 29 chapters, and growing. It also gave me the courage to actually put it on a fan site for others to read, something I have never done with any of my writing before. I love the way your writers and developers have woven together the tale of a bunch of game characters into 3 games. Their ongoing tale fascinating to find out, our choices making a difference in how their story plays out, how they made us fans love and care about their fates. This is why so many, including myself, love these games. Thank you for everything.
I was never much of a gamer until I played Dragon Age 3 years ago. Not only is Thetis captivating, it inspired me to create again and grow as an artist and video editor. The best part, though, are the friends I made along the way.
What it means to me. To edit a quote from one of my favorite characters. You know, one of the great things about Dragon Age is how it brings people together.
Dragon Age is my favorite game series. I've never connected with games that way before. Through it, I met so many amazing people, and some of them have become good friends of mine. I'm super grateful to the series.
For me, Dragon Age is about realizing what each of us finds important. It discusses things like friendship, love, empathy, that bridges cultural or religious differences, and overcoming hostility. It gives us examples of the best and worst of ourselves, all of it wrapped in a fantastic world.
I started playing Dragon Age when I had no friends to turn to, and found a world that I could escape into for an hour or so each day. It's brought me a long way from those days when I had nobody. And because of it, I have people who geek out and love the series just as much as me.
I've never really been a gamer, but this summer, when my sister and I both rushed back home under the worst of circumstances, she told me about Dragon Age. By the end of the first day with Origins, I was hooked. For me, Dragon Age has been a reintroduction to fandom and community. and my own creativity after a time away. The world, lore, and characters have inspired me more than I've felt in a couple of years, and I've found a real community to share with as well. But the best part has been finding something that I could do together with my sister.
I've always been a fan of fantasy books, movies, and games. They served as a comfort to me because I was a pretty lonely kid. Being extremely socially awkward, I had trouble making friends. I picked up Origins on a whim and I was instantly hooked. Over time, I became obsessed with the lore and the characters. Dragon Age even helped me to do something that I thought wouldn't happen: making friends. I found like-minded, nerdy people, and we bonded thanks to our love of RPGs, especially BioWare ones. In the end, what Dragon Age means to me is the core message of the series. The bonds of fellowship while facing impossible odds, people from entirely different backgrounds and ways of life coming together and fighting for a better life, which is something I use in real life to describe my friends and I.
Dragon Age taught me to love storytelling again, and I made fast friends with fellow fans who celebrate with art and tales and our favorite anguishes.
I found Dragon Age right as I started my master's program. So for me, Dragon Age was a sense of mastery when I had none, a home when mine felt so foreign, and a family when mine was far away. It was the first time it just felt so natural to play as a woman player character in a game rather than feel like I'm just getting a pat on the back for breaking out of the natural ways of women. I fell so hard for Thetis, and it gave me a reason to be creative again, even after I thought I had lost that part of me.
I've often used the explanation that a video game helps me to escape the world. But in this case, the love, beauty, acceptance, and emotional depth that radiates from the DA universe makes me feel closer to the good in humanity than any other piece of art I've delved into.
Dragon Age means to me the amazing friends I've made and the stories I've been a part of. It means a new world of possibilities and such a welcoming fan base. My brother was the person that introduced me to this series, and I have never looked back. It has given me so much more confidence in who I am and what I want to do in life. From saving Ferelden, trying to keep Kirkwall from tearing itself apart, to leading the Inquisition, I am so grateful for the world and people of Thetis, and more importantly, to the people at BioWare who crafted it all together. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Dragon Age gave me a world to explore, characters to love, a story to feel passionate about. It's brought me to amazing friends. It's inspired me and helped me find great fan works by others. It's given me an escape and an anchor during rough times. It gives me joy.
Dragon Age helped me find my sexuality, and to not be ashamed of it.
Dragon Age will always hold a special place in my heart. There have been moments where I've been proud to contribute to the community, from the various discussions to even paying back the enjoyment I received by creating the nickname Scribbles for Josephine before we knew her name that both the fans and even the developers loved and used, as well as the moments the community has contributed to my life. Dragon Age was also the first video game series where I was able to not only see myself possibly represented in some of the characters, but told by the devs that I was valid in seeing myself in them. From the community that helped me find a term for my sexual orientation, where before I would refer to myself as sexually ambiguous, to the developers that said that some characters in romances, like Meryl and especially Josephine, could be interpreted as a sexual orientation and kind of relationship, as well as how they strive to represent me and others more in their future games. That has impacted me like few other game series, if any, have. And for that, I will always be grateful towards the game series that made that happen.
When I was first entering high school, my mother soon picked up on the fact that I wasn't like most other boys. I had been trying to convince myself that being gay wasn't an option in my Southern Baptist family and had been feeling deeply ashamed and guilty over it. When all of this came to light, it did not go well with my parents, especially not my mother, who enrolled me in several months of conversion therapy sessions where I was constantly subjected to some of the most humiliating and degrading moments of my teenage years. I had forced myself to not feel anything that wasn't completely chaste and platonic, because that was my only way of getting out of those sessions. When I graduated, I just couldn't take it anymore and finally came out again, and immediately started to consume every piece of media I had denied myself out of fear of outing myself. One such piece of media my then boyfriend recommended was Dragon Age Inquisition. Cut to my first playthrough where I romanced Dorian. The scene where he confronted his father for using blood magic on him so as to convert him absolutely shook me. By this time, I had played several games that had options to kiss or sleep with a male NPC, but this was different. This was me. This was my mother. For me, Dorian's arc with his father was painfully accurate to my own experiences, and it allowed me to get deeply involved with the Dragon Age world and its fans, and I am extremely grateful for that. It has been said plenty of times, but it is worth repeating what is now almost a platitude. Representation matters. No one made me feel like I could be myself and still connect with my family.
Dragon Age means so much to me. It's been my escapism for when I have bad days. It was the first game I've played where being in love with a woman isn't taboo or a sin. It made me finally look inward and come to accept that I'm bisexual, and that I shouldn't be ashamed of who I am. Due to the Dragon Age universe, I've made some of the best friends as we share a common love of the whole DA universe.
Morrigan is my ultimate favorite Dragon Age character, although I think I love them all. Almost. She is the woman I will never have the guts to be.
Dragon Age has become a port in a storm for me. No matter what difficulties I faced, it was woven into a safety net that kept me from plummeting into dangerous places. For so long, I felt alone in that, but discovering other DA fans has shown me I do belong somewhere.
Dragon Age came to me unexpectedly, amidst a time when mentally I was just not at the best place. I had just been diagnosed with depression and anxiety and had just barely made it through a very difficult semester at university. My friend, who had become a source of strength and encouragement to me, had invited me to her house one day and offered to show me a few games she had been playing. One of them, coincidentally, was Dragon Age 2. I had never really gamed before, so she basically had to coach me through everything, and I remember thinking at the time that I had never really known gaming could be this enjoyable. I went home and bought the game unaware of the impact it would have. It gave me something to enjoy again. It gave me back my joy and my interest in learning new things. It quite literally gave me something to look forward to each day. It kept me going. Hawke, being my first Dragon Age hero, will always be extremely special to me. She helped me find life again. This game brought me back from an extremely low point, and I wish I could adequately put into words just how huge that is. I am so grateful for this treasure, and for the sarcastic, wily Hawke for teaching me how to keep fighting. I am better because of this game, its story, and the colorful characters that still bring me joy to this day.
Dragon Age, to me, started as a way to relieve stress and help my anxiety in college, and has stuck with me ever since. Dragon Age Inquisition, in particular, helped me a lot when my father was dying of cancer. It sounds terrible, but I needed a break from being so helpless to do anything to fix what was happening. So thank you, BioWare writers and developers and programmers. Thank you so much for helping me get through a really horrible year. And a huge extra special thank you to Mary Kirby for helping to make Hard in Hightown an actual book that I was gifted when I needed a good laugh the most.
It means a lot to me. The Dragon Age games, books, and music gave me awesomely many hours of joy, peace, and fulfillment. But it also helped me through some seriously bad times with my chronic health issues. Because of my failing health, I'm always doing triple the work and compensating my ass off. And games like Dragon Age make it all worthwhile. To come home and read a Dragon Age novel with a cup of tea, or romancing Fenris or Cullen again and again, it just makes everything I do worth it and so much more fun. I'm forever grateful to everyone who works on Dragon Age, and that includes you and our fellow fans.
DA2 and Inquisition helped me through a really dark period. DA2 taught me how to deal with difficult scenarios in life that sometimes feel chaotic uncontrollable and unwinnable. But good friends can walk you through that. Inquisition taught me how to lean on my faith and draw strength from pain. The Inquisitor's mark was a symbol of chronic illness, pain, for me. I've struggled with fibromyalgia for years. The Inquisitor didn't ask for the mark, and it caused her pain, but she used it to help others despite that. Likewise, I've tried to draw from mine to grow in empathy and walk with others who struggle with their own marks.
The game that I connected with Dragon Age 2, and more specifically, the character Fenris. I remember not wanting to let anyone touch me for years after I was assaulted at age 14. Fenris had been assaulted too. He was like me, trying to make a new life for himself in a new city. I recognized myself when he got so angry that it would override his desire to let go. It was the first time I'd seen post-traumatic stress disorder portrayed as a result of being raped, and it was me. I didn't know how long I cried the night I realized that. Seeing myself in Fenris helped me see that while I told myself I dealt with it and I was okay, I really wasn't. I have yet to see PTSD portrayed as well and as accurately as it was with Fenris, and without him, I don't know where I'd be.
I was battling so many of my own demons. The loss of a house, living in a separate country from my family, unemployment, a husband working 14-hour days just to keep us going, health issues, infertility, a toxic, emotionally unstable, and abusive living situation. I had never thought a video game could have such a profound effect on my life. But then again, I never could have imagined being at such a low point. Dragon Age Inquisition gave me an escape, gave me something to get out of bed for. Having some inkling, no matter how small, that I was in control of something, anything, was important. Every time I would discover a new secret or see a character interaction I had never seen before, it would inspire me and keep me going. I am so grateful to BioWare for changing my life and getting me through a time where I literally lost all hope.
I injured my back a couple of years ago at work, pretty badly. But you can't always tell how bad at first. Finding out what was truly wrong was a bit of a battle. Even now, I have to see a pain management doctor, and I'm on permanent restrictions that limit what kind of work I can do. This is more than likely for life. For nearly 6 months, I sat home alone all day, almost every day, in pain. When I started playing Inquisition, it captured me the way a good book latches onto your heart and takes you along for the ride. It's a favourite book in the form of a video game. It's friends who lift me up and have faith in me, even when I have none in myself. It's the hope for a love that may never be, but that I still want to experience every time. It's all the things that pulled me up and helped me muddle through one of the hardest times in my life. And whenever I need it, whenever I want it, Dragon Age is there for me.
I found it in a particular time of my life where I was unwell, housebound for nearly a year. Words can't express the gratitude I have for the stories and the escapism of the first 2 Dragon Age games that I believe 100% kept me sane.
Dragon Age brought me out of a dark time of my life when I wasn't really motivated or inspired to do anything. The world of Thetis and the characters I met on my travels taught me to stop taking things for granted and to cherish the time I have with the people I love, but also to never let go of hope and live each day without regrets. I draw and create content for Dragon Age because the developers and writers and artists and musicians and everyone who worked on these beautiful games put their hearts and souls into making these characters believable, relatable, and most of all, lovable.
Dragon Age is my reason to be me. Being a longtime sufferer of several mental illnesses, depression, personality disorder, and so on, I was lost until I got an Xbox One and decided to try out Dragon Age Inquisition. I loved Mass Effect, I'll love Dragon Age too, right? And I do. I have loved it since my first playthrough to my most recent. I scoured the game, from the hinterlands to the Forbidden Aces. I slayed dragons, I met vibrant characters, I fell in love with Solus and Cullen and crafted amazing weapons and armor. I am forever thankful for this game series. I am thankful for how it extended a warm hand, called me Inquisitor, and saved me from the ever-growing intensity of the darkness that is my mind. Fenharel Magillana.
3 years ago, the Dragon Age series kept me going through an incredibly difficult time in my life. I was in a very dark place and needed something to distract me, something to keep me going. Dragon Age did that for me. Once things calmed down, I returned to Thetis with new eyes. I've been a gamer for 30 years now, and no game has brought me more joy or tears than Inquisition. 400 plus hours and still going strong.
Gives me something to dream about. Taught me that I can understand others better just by imagining I'm coming from a different perspective. Inspired me to be braver. So many things.
What does Dragon Age mean to me? Dragon Age shows me that there's always hope, even in the most hopeless age, perhaps even in this age.